Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. The only source of knowledge is experience. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Creativity is contagious, pass it on. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Logic will get you from A to Z, imagination will get you everywhere. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Peace is not merely a distant goal, but a way of life. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The value of a man resides in what he gives and not in what he is capable of receiving. The high destiny of the individual is to serve rather than to rule. I lived in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. We should take care not to make the intellect our God. It has, of course, powerful muscles, but no personality. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. The only real valuable thing is intuition. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Peace is not merely a distant goal, but a way of life. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer.